Did you see that? A 50% damage increase with only searches and not even debuffs? How does this work? Well, I can explain, and it's pretty easy. But first let's look at how Twotailed Fox reacts to different searches. Because if you didn't know, Twotailed Fox can get the damage buff by all of the light searches because it uses all three elements in one bullet, or rather one shot. You can see that one solar, arc or void surge gives Twotailed a 10% damage boost, but because of weird calculations the damage isn't exactly the same. But by only being like 6 damage that is missing or too much, it isn't really that important, and I don't even know how this is even possible. Anyways, now that we know that, let's try out some combinations. First, the one of each search combination. Which actually surprised me because it was just the same as using one search of one element. Then in the next test I thought to myself, well, the game couldn't handle 3 searches at once, so I just used 2 different searches. So I used 2 void searches and 1 solar search, and it worked and increased the damage by more than 3 of the same elemental searches. For the next test I used Sanguine Alchemy on solar. So 2 solar searches together with 3 void searches, and the damage kept getting higher, obviously, I guess. And for my final test, I tried 2 void searches with sanguines, 2 solar searches, and 1 arc search. And from my previous test it shouldn't work. Oh, it worked. Anyways, the damage numbers are a little bit lower than the theoretical buff that the searches should grant, but it isn't that important. More important is that with the last setup, you should technically gain a 50% damage increase. That is only possible on Twotailed Fox. Now in a normal damage phase you can get up to 1.7 million damage. And important here is that Twotailed Fox triggers ignitions every 2 shots if you have the Ember of Ashes equipped. So that increases the damage by a good amount. And also I had a heavy brick on the floor. Now let's test another damage strat in comparison. Apex Predator with Wither Horde and a rapid fire solar fusion. Well, it's better than Twotailed, even with the extra shot that I had. But the other damage rotation used up to 3 weapons, and Twotailed Fox is only 1 weapon, and got nearly the same amount of damage. Now important to note is that yes, you can buff the apex damage rotation with Galahorn, and thus it is obviously a lot stronger. But the main takeaway is, if you use Twotailed Fox, always use 2 different searches. And if you are on Warlock, you can use Sanguine and 2 different searches to achieve some good damage. Also, if the Twotailed Fox rework turns out to be a buff to the weapon and not a fix this whole searches thing, it can actually be in the next meta. And a shout out to Chicken SI2 for finding out about this, or at least he made a video about it some time ago, so check it out. He shows other strats with Hunters and Titan exotics, so it is worth watching. Anyways, have a great day and thanks for watching.